back for game number 4. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, I'm Ken Marangolo. He's Tim Stragan.
Oh, I can't wait. Just fitting in a little bit of snack here right before the fourth game.
I see you working.
Blood sugar's getting low, you know. We've been here a long time today.
We got Kevin Rickell on the mics as well. He'll be joining us here in a second as he sorts out his Rain Man stats. There he is. He's on the mics with us now.
I wasn't eating. I was just doing stats.
Oh, I know. I got you. This is game number 4, guys. We've had an amazing ride all day. It started off early, and it started off the right way. Bishop McNamara and St. John's girls showing exactly what this conference is all about, taking it down to the wire. Mustangs finally getting one in over the Cadets in a big game, followed up by the Paul VI girls and the O'Connell Knights ladies. Paul VI and McNamara will meet tomorrow night at 6 p.m. in the championship for the girls' WCAC title. Our first game of the boys' semifinals, DeMatha took over St. John's. DeMatha came in and did exactly what everyone who's been watching DeMatha all season expected them to do. Nationwide. They're legit. Hats off to all the players and coaches on this floor at American University who's playing a host to this tournament yet again. We got ourselves what is likely to be one of the better games that you're going to see in high school boys basketball. It's the Gonzaga Purple Eagles take on Paul VI Panthers, 2 national programs, 2 championship programs, 2 coaches of the year, national coaches of the year, high-ranked players, Division I commits. I mean, what else do you want?
Ballers everywhere. There's ballers everywhere in this stadium right now at all ages, Ken. This is definitely the spot to be. I just walked upstairs in the lobby just checking it out. There is players everywhere from every school. I love it. Everyone comes home.
Nuts.
Everyone comes home to celebrate what we have right here at home.
This is not even a joke. I ran walking just from here over there in between games. I ran through Roy Williams, Juwan Howard,
Tony Bennett. And like you said, name your WCAC player who's done anything, who's not playing tonight somewhere else in Division I college basketball.
And they're here. Did you book any of them for halftime?
I tried to book Roy Williams. True story. I was like, hey, Coach Williams, why don't you come on and talk to us at halftime? He reminded me in the nicest way possible that it's extremely illegal.
NCAA violation.
Yeah, he's like, that would be an NCAA violation. But I love what you guys are doing. And I'm like, Coach, thank you so much. Sorry for even asking.
And to be fair, which sweaty headset were we going to give to Coach Williams?
That's true.
And we'd have crossed that bridge, but
we're going to get ready. And there's no such thing as warm-up lines in the WCAC. They're straight dunk lines.
That's what T and I were just discussing.
Yeah.
When we played in the same exact
they wouldn't let us.
It was a technical foul.
Yep.
Which is the excuse that T and I have for not being able to show off our leaping ability.
Yeah. That's why I don't dunk anymore, obviously.
Fair.
Let's talk about some of the names we're going to have in front of us tonight, and I'm going to start with the 2 men who are leading these programs, Coach Steve Turner, Coach Glenn Farello. It does not get any better at any level of high school sports than these 2 men. They're bringing their teams in, and their teams are full of names. We're going to turn it over to the PA announcer here in a second for some praying and some antheming. But Coach Glenn Farello, Coach Steve Turner, we have nothing but the most possible respect you can have for what they do. It's amazing.
And mostly for what they do for their young men.
That's right.
X's and O's are one thing, but the kids, and that's where they've proven their worth.
And we'll turn it over to the PA announcer here as we get ready to get started.
Show respect for opposing players, coaches, spectators, and support groups. Please refrain from booing, taunting, or intimidating the officials or opponents. Such behavior is unfriendly and unacceptable. Please respect the integrity and judgment of game
The gym is at its absolute fullest. The student sections have filled in. And can I just offer a reminder to anyone who comes into a place like this? When the national anthem is playing, don't be talking through it. Just a gentle, polite reminder to folks. When the prayer's going on and the national anthem is going on, that's a pet peeve of mine, and I feel like it's an important public service announcement.
Hey, get it off your chest, my friend.
But here we are, the penultimate game of the WCAC semifinal day. Gonzaga, Paul VI. We talked about the two coaches. Gonzaga's going to get the intro first. I saw Juwan Howard in the house, so you know Terrence Williams playing.
Oh, yeah, we saw him.
You got Chuck Harris, the senior guard. You know he's showing up. There's the mayor, Devin Dinkins. I think he grew at least 3 inches. I'm sorry, that's Judah Mintz. I thought I saw 0, but it was a 1-0.
Well, Ken, the recent history of this matchup in this particular game between Paul VI and Gonzaga is tremendous. Paul VI has been dominant in the regular season over the last couple years, minus this one, which belonged to DeMatha. But the last 2 years, they have beaten Gonzaga twice in the regular season and in the Alhambra tournament, but have lost right here in the WCAC tournament to Gonzaga. We talked about Steve Turner, not allowed to be in Fairfax at any given moment. We've talked about the situation between the senior classes, guys. Gonzaga's senior class has won 109 games heading into tonight. Paul VI, 111. Paul VI has the nod in the regular season with 67 wins to Gonzaga's 58. But Gonzaga is 9-1 in postseason with this class right here. This class made up of Terrence Williams, a 2,000-point scorer, a 3-time first-team WLAC selection. The talent level tonight, it's through the roof right here at Bender.
Talk about Paul VI. It doesn't start end. It starts with Jeremy Roach, the Duke-bound senior guard. Trevor Keels, the junior guard, who's going to enter his senior season at the top of a lot of national rankings lists. And listen, when it comes to Doug McDaniel, the sophomore, first of all, even saying the word sophomore by his name is ludicrous. Those three, I mean, they'll take on a lot of 5-man squads and destroy them.
Without a doubt. And we love Doug, and we love all these players, and we love that they're going to do it right now because they never fail us anytime we show up. 4 years in a row, Paul VI has been knocked out by Gonzaga. Can they get over the hump in a similar fashion to the way the McNamara Mustangs did today in the ladies' side of the tournament versus St. John's?
Deshaun Harris-Smith and Tyler Coleman joining the 3 guards we talked about, and we covered the Gonzaga starters. As Miles Studi controls the tip to Terrence Williams, and we're underway. If you couldn't tell by the sound, if you can even hear our voices over the din in American University right now. Chuck Harris showed it. He gets down low to Terrence Williams, an easy 2. They made it look easy anyway.
Terrence Williams certainly makes things look easy. 3-level score, super stud with the ball. 2,000 points in this conference. Don't need to say anything else.
Jeremy Roach immediately getting a chance to see the ball go through the rim.
Terrence and Jeremy have been first-team All-WCAC since their sophomore year.
Oh, and the steal from the guard on his way to Krzyzewskiville. Trevor Keels with a deep 3.
Oh, boy.
That is, get used to seeing that because that's what he's been doing all year long. Look at the smile on his face. He loves playing the game, and it's so fun to watch him play it.
And Roach the Keels will be mentioned once or twice this evening.
Yep. Doug McDaniel getting in the lane. The mayor not getting it from downtown. Outlet pass from McDaniel to Deshaun Harris-Smith. Paul VI up 7-2 early.
There's a reason why we love Doug McDaniel. He makes all the right plays. He was a superstar Little League football player back in the day, as well as Jeremy Roach, the overhand football pass for 2, right up his alley.
He's not so sneaky because everyone knows who he is, but he's a sneaky favorite.
He's the only guy on the court that was first-team All-WCAC as a freshman.
And he gets his hands in there, and now they're going to get, I think, Deshaun Harris-Smith with a little bit of contact.
McDaniel gets his hands on everything. He pulls steals everywhere. So does Roach.
Miles Studi off the glass. No good. Roach back the other way. Stepping on the gas into the lane. Yep. That's how he does.
So good.
9-2. Paul is 6 over Gonzaga in the opening minutes of this game. Paul is 6, obviously looking to run and try to push the ball, being successful at it now.
With that 4-guard lineup, you know they're in attack mode at all times. You got to get back in transition DT.
Drew DeMintz shows it. Doesn't draw any iron.
The clever tap.
Perfect pass to Steve Turner.
Good catch by Steve Turner.
He still got it.
And listen, we're going to talk about the kids on the court right now. Deshaun Harris-Smith as a freshman taking over in the starting lineup. They've lost Josiah Freeman late in the season to Manassas Park. That's a story for another time. Not sure what happened.
We don't have enough time here
We're
today.
right here, right now, talking about these guys. And we're going to watch this freshman, Deshaun Harris-Smith, play at the highest level he's ever played at.
Yeah. These are insane minutes for a freshman to get. Chuck Harris.
We'll talk to Devin Dinkins or Doug McDaniel about that.
Tyler Coleman pulling it down, getting it down fast.
How?
Doug McDaniel.
Wow.
How?
I mean, he's a magician.
Wow.
He got those minutes last year as a freshman.
Doug McDaniel's having a little situation.
Yeah, he got hit when he was down on the ground. Still put it up and in. Dinkins working against Coleman. Mintz working against McDaniel.
Good leave off.
Terrence Williams unable to make it work, but now it's back to Mintz,
The fresh
How
maker.
about that?
the fresh maker.
He makes shots, and his game is fresh, and I can't help it, and I'm sorry, and I'm going to
Love
tell him Judah
watching
Mintz
it.
from here on
No,
out.
no,
but,
no, love watching it.
it's just so smooth. He's so smooth with it, it's ridiculous. This is going to be a track meet, as if you haven't already noticed.
Keels outside. The freshman drives, dishes to Tyler Coleman. Contact, bucket, no call. 13-4.
Coleman.
Chuck Harris
Don't take a
pushing
breath.
it deep and one.
Do not take a breath. Chuck Harris, the Butler commit, a big part of one of the top 10 recruiting classes in the nation heading to Butler. We're going to be watching Chuck for a long time on Saturdays.
I really think Coleman for Paul VI could be an X factor for Paul VI if he can get it going on the offensive end. I don't know if Gonzaga really has a complement to his height, his size, and his ability underneath. If he can really get it going offensively, that's a huge get.
T, his physicality is going to be matched up by Steve Turner with Miles Studi. We know that's a fact. Coleman has the ability to step out and knock down a three. He's vicious in the paint. He gets boards. And with both teams going with essentially 4-guard lineups and playing small ball, the tallest guy you'll see out here is 6'6". We're going to see some spacing and some talent.
Studi on Keels right now.
Roach driving
Man.
down low, gliding through the air.
He's
Putting
going to have
up an extra 2
big
for
shoes
Paul
to
VI.
fill down in Cameron Indoor next year, but I'm telling you right now, he's ready for it, and you'll see that over the next day, maybe two.
Studi working up top against Trevor Keels. A little miscommunication there with Terrence Williams. Yeah, it's a different look, guys. We just spent an entire game watching a 7'2" center dominate inside and change what St. John's was trying to do. Not that these guys are small by any stretch, because they're not, but you're going to see a lot of slicing and dicing tonight. Great stat, Dutch Hahn.
Paul VI with 15 points here in the first quarter, shooting 100% from the field.
That's good percentage.
Did you pull out the calculator on that one, Dutch?
It's a good day so far.
Nice.
Doug McDaniel pushing it as we get our first look at Carlos Hub for Gonzaga.
That's the old statistician jinx there, boys.
Chuck Harris.
I tell you, I love Chuck
retrieves it.
Harris. I love his game.
Malcolm Dredd in the game, as is Josiah Hardy for Gonzaga. Hard to get it inside with Jeremy Roach. He pretty much plays with the same height as a center. 3 is short for Doug McDaniel. We're also getting our first look tonight at William Page, the senior guard. We saw him play this season. His on-ball defense and his speed will jump right through your screen.
And physicality, but you're right. He's a cat on ball.
Chuck Harris on Roach. He's going to go for 3, and he's got it.
Chuck, he's an excellent shooter.
Roach right back the other way with the arrow step.
To Jack Jensen.
Wow.
Stop it.
The junior 6'8" forward, the beneficiary of all that hard work Roach put in to get the ball deep. 7-point game. 2 minutes to go in the first. Don't blink.
No, they don't want to wait around. They just want to get it done.
Chuck Harris. Oh, I thought I was going to get it there. Jack Jensen. Little contact, no call. Page pushes it up. Roach to the corner for McDaniel. Keels. Kick. McDaniel. Kick. Charge.
Smart play. Excellent job by Malcolm Dredd. Getting in position, getting his feet set. So many athletic skip passes we've seen in the WCAC this year. Guys with the vision to be able to find a guy 20 feet away from across court. Different way of going about it, and I love watching it.
Hardy in the lane. He'll be called for the charge. He was going in. I wouldn't say recklessly, but he definitely was.
I think we're going block here, Ken.
I was surprised they didn't call
Really?
a walk to start off.
You're right. You're absolutely right. It is a block. I thought they got him for a charge.
It was one of those that we saw in last game where they were quick to blow the whistle on those types of plays for a walk.
Good work by the senior forward. He was attack mode. Gonzaga's going to have to take advantage of free throws tonight. Every one they can get. Paul VI, 14 fouls already. Gonzaga with 0. That's a developing situation. Gonzaga can convert at the charity stripe. Keels to Page, to McDaniel. Keels, free throw line. And that's going to stay Paul VI. You guys sometimes find well, I'm sure both of you guys, you get to the free throw line and you rise up about 3.5 feet into the air and no one's there. Does that just make it just a tad bit harder?
I try not to jump before I pass, Ken. I went to Metropolitan Area Basketball School.
Yeah.
Loose
That
ball,
was a
McDaniel
huge
comes
pet
up.
peeve
Yeah.
of Morgan Wooten's. Don't leave the floor unless you have a purpose.
Joe Gallagher as well, and doesn't get better than those two.
It's a different game today than when we played.
Roach gets to the baseline, kicks it to McDaniel, corner for
Great.
3 for Page.
Extra pass.
Terrence Williams, great rebound. Roach and Dinkins exchange addresses, I'm guessing, for Christmas cards later this year.
I mean, Terrence Williams, what he's about to do in the Big Ten.
Deep 3 for Gonzaga. Carlos Hub unable to get it to fall.
I mean, the guys we got here, Steve Turner, the USA Today National Coach of the Year 2017. You know, Glenn Farello's only been Coach of the Year in his conference 12 times in his life. So, you know, if you can only get a couple more, that'd be great. 453 wins. These guys combined for close to 1,000 wins. Just giving you a bit of a scope of what we're talking about here on a national level, right here at home.
Christian made a Page. McDaniel on the drive. He gets in the lane. He floats and knocks it in. Shot clock off for the rest of the quarter.
He's got such a great game.
He does, man.
For a little guy, he knows how to create a shot for himself.
Hardy up top. Malcolm Dredd with 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. Christian May, busy hands. He hits the floor, but it will stay Gonzaga ball. 5.7 in the quarter, down by 8. Miles Studi checking back in for Malcolm Dredd. Studi to Williams. In the lane. And here comes Jeremy Roach. It's good if it goes.
Oh!
Well, there you have it, guys. 1 quarter in the books. That's the fastest quarter I think I've ever
What
seen.
just happened?
The fastest quarter we've ever seen. 19-11. Paul VI jumps out to an 8-point lead in this game. Something to keep in mind. 14 fouls for Paul VI. Gonzaga with only 1. Doug McDaniel, to me, I mean, we could talk about Jeremy Roach and Trevor Keels all day, but Doug McDaniel just is so
I want to
impressive.
say Paul VI goes as McDaniel goes. I mean,
And he's going lately.
He is. And Paul VI as a team has had their foot on the gas since the tip. And that's why right now they're in the lead right now, because they have been full go ever since this game started. I think Gonzaga's had a little bit of a slow start. They're starting now to just get back into a rhythm.
And the combination of Roach and McDaniel is blinding.
And there's the freshman, Deshaun Harris-Smith, with the dish down low to Tyler Coleman.
And you got to love Chuck Harris on the other end. I mean, this is a guy that battles the veterans of this league, and you see the level they've gotten to, the coaching they've received, and the places they're going. It's magic, man. That's why the house is packed. That's why a few guys are listening out there to us, because it sure as hell ain't us. I'm just glad they let us sit here at half court, though. Man, that was fun. I just want to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if we can call it.
Remember earlier when T was talking about could we play up and down one possession and see what happened? Yeah, that's not happening, bud.
There hadn't been a whole lot of whistles either, though.
Nope.
There hadn't been. They're letting them play. There's not a lot of stoppage at play.
Yep. And at the end of the quarter, Paul VI going 9 for 13 from the field, shooting just a slightly above 70%. 4 of 9 for Gonzaga at 44%. When these two teams played at Gonzaga, I think the combined shooting percentage was over 60. You're going to see a lot of smart shots taken by a lot of great shooters.
We have a little conversation, maybe a debate, if you will.
Might have been a one-on-one challenge
on the coach's side of the aisle. We'll get things restarted here. Second quarter underway. Doug McDaniel, D'd up by Mayor Dinkins. Dinkins gets his hand in there. He thinks he knocks it off at Doug McDaniel's hand. Referee disagrees.
Both those two kids out there going at it were freshmen last year that played important roles in important times of the game. It's like they're seniors already.
Roach finds Keels. He's in the corner. He'll get loose. McDaniel will reset. 14 on the shot clock. We're under 10. Keels sets a pick. McDaniel's on the drive. Kick to Christian May, who drives. He puts it up. He can't make it fall. Keels saves it to Tyler Coleman. Fresh shot clock as Roach drives. Believe he's going to the line.
That angle of that athleticism.
He wasn't going for a shot. It's going to be on the floor.
Okay, they'll call it on the floor, T. You're right. Keels are bringing in bounds.
And just take a peek at Trevor Keels. That's a two guard in high school basketball these days.
Keels drives. Tyler Coleman. Terrence Williams earns every one of those rebounds.
So Terrence Williams and Trevor Keels, their body type right now, it's almost carbon copy of each other.
Paul VI dominating the paint so far in this game. 16 of their points. Down low is Miles Studi in traffic and with contact.
Physicality is the name of his game.
Yeah, he does.
Wow.
Look at Roach.
With the blow by.
Studi and Roach meeting just outside the restricted area. I think the referee had swallowed his whistle, and I love the way the referees have been calling all these games today.
We've got 10 kids out here, nationally ranked in the top of their class. Well-executed inbounds play. Farello's going to love it.
Chuck Harris quickly back the other way. Dinkins gets to the baseline. McDaniel gets his hands on the ball. These guys will be battling for another 2 years.
Yeah, why not? I mean, Trevor Keels is a guy who got offered by Wake Forest after his third varsity game as a freshman. He's on the radar. Duke, North Carolina, and anyone who's college coach has a pulse and understands where the nation's capital is on a map.
Judah Mintz gets to the free throw line. Christian May alters the shot. And Jeremy Roach thinks maybe if the floor was another 50 feet, he would have had it.
Well, the Paul VI Panther men taking a page out of the Paul VI ladies team, trying to push that ball up the court, get easy layups on transition points.
Diggins to Mintz, guarded by Keels. Down low to Terrence Williams. He got a position on Christian May. Roach loses the handle. You don't see it very often. Diggins pushes to Mintz. It's going to be a slam for Terrence Williams. Glenn Farello calls the timeout as Gonzaga cuts the lead.
Guys, Terrence Williams came tonight with his bag lunch and his hard hat. The guy is doing everything on the defensive end, rebounding-wise. He's finishing at the rim. Now, he's very talented mid-range. He's got the ability to take it out behind the three-point line, but what he's doing right now for his team, crashing the boards, finishing on the offensive end, being a solid presence handling the ball. He's doing all the little things that a senior needs to do. This is a 2,000-point scorer, man.
We want to say a special thank you to McGann and Hughes, our legal partners for the WCAC Boys and Girls Tournament. See Terry in the house. His DeMatha team won earlier this evening. I know he's happy. If you need any help, legal assistance of any kind, McGann and Hughes are the place to go, McGannHughes.com. Check them out. They've been helping folks in the WCAC for well over a decade.
And apparently if you want to dunk, Terry will bring that to you too.
He's been sponsoring Hunter Dickinson slams for at least 17 years.
Well, no one does it better than Terry McGann over there at McGann and Hughes. And
well, I know Terry knew how to throw an alley-oop back in the day. That's for sure.
Coleman into Roach. This is the slowest we've seen anyone go all night. Don't expect it to last.
Now the shot clock operator, we can put that on autopilot.
Keels to the corner. Christian May for three. Good looking shot.
It's a great look. It's just pure form, Ken.
Roach puts it in for two. Lead back to 6. As Doug McDaniel continues to be a problem. Roach, unstoppable on the drive.
The speed but control by Roach is unbelievable to watch.
It is. And Doug McDaniel with the left-handed steal, with the left-handed redirect.
Terrence Williams working it inside. Keels gets his body in the way. The ball will stay purple.
Terrence Williams is going to work in the paint offensively and defensively.
12 on the shot clock. Harris to Dinkins. Judah Mintz is going to have to put it up. He gets to the elbow. Floats. Can't get the N1, but he draws the contact. We'll see who they get it on.
It's great to get the ball in the hands of a guy as athletic and as dynamic as Judah Mintz when that shot clock is coming down, because he can create his own shot. He's, I think, right now on Gonzaga, the best player in creating his own shot and getting the ball in his hands in that point. It's very smart.
They get Christian May. 5 team fouls for Paul VI. 4:49 to go in the half.
He does excel at creating his own shot. There's no doubt about it. A closer at the end of the shot clock is what you need.
Dinkins trying to make it hard for Doug to inbound, and now he'll backpedal, pick him up at half court. McDaniel on the drive. Corner to Roach.
Oh, boy,
I thought he was going to throw it down. He certainly
too.
could have, but he makes it look easy. There's a 3 off the front of the rim for Chuck Harris. Maybe playing a little bit on
then
tilt
he compounds
there.
It, yeah. Look at Steve Turner's body language. He didn't like the quick shot, and then compounding it with kind of a silly foul. Not smart of the senior.
McDaniel works to his right. Keels Gets the corner to Christian May. Tyler Coleman, nice position and spin. He got positioned on Studi there, and it was an easy bucket for the Panthers.
Amazing execution, spacing, sharing the ball.
Christian May with the rebound.
Christian May is another guy going to take important minutes moving forward with the loss of Josiah Freeman.
Smart timeout by Jeremy Roach. He's moving at a million miles a second, but he's thinking a millionth of a second.
Before it.
He looked around, didn't see what he wanted, took the timeout.
And you see the level of athleticism he plays with. He's fresh off of ACL surgery. With that first year that they talk about, they always talk about the big league happens that second year. I don't understand how he can do it any better than this. Athletically, the way he's moving, the way he cuts, you'd never know. The hard work the young man's put in to get back to this point is tremendous. Love watching him play the position. He's one of those guys, fellas, that you watch the game, you realize how good he is, then you watch the game again, you see all the things that he does, some of the unnoticeables that you can't pick up watching it with the naked eye. What a stud.
There's a reason guys like Mike Krzyzewski come calling for guys like Jeremy Roach.
Now, interestingly enough, his game, I think, resembles that of Trey Jones down there, the spot that he will fill in. It's hard to say that. He might be the National Player of the Year. I don't want to give him too many big shoes to fill, but I think he's capable of having an incredible career in the ACC. As the dude. How many better positions are there in sports than point guard at Duke, fellas?
Yeah.
Roach to May on the alley-oop attempt.
They say
the place would have gone crazy if he would have been able to put that down.
He got hung for a second. It came down in his hand a tad bit.
Oh.
Yep.
All right, Christian, we're watching you, buddy. You're not sneaking up on anyone. The sophomore guard for Coach Farello. Chuck Harris gets it out to Dinkins. He's at the top, trying to drive, kick to Chuck Harris. He works down low. What a good-looking move. And he does not get the roll. No reward for as much work as that took. Jeremy Roach kicks out to Christian May.
Wow. Yeah, Christian May himself needed that one. He was right on the mark a couple times, just couldn't get it to drop.
Jeremy Roach is dominating this game on the offensive end.
Williams working against three different Panthers, Coleman, Keels, McDaniel. They'll get it on Coleman, and he'll go to the line.
Oh.
It's a great shot. It's a great-looking shot.
Terrence Williams is the bell cow. If he was a tailback, he'd get the ball 40 times a game. This is what they're going to do in the paint tonight. He should live on this line with his coach-to-be sitting in the corner watching these free throws. Got to be a great feeling for Juwan to be sitting down there going, I got Hunter Dickinson and Terrence Williams coming in. 2 3-time first-team All-WCAC guys, the Player of the Year, and a 2,000-point scorer.
He's got a big grin on his face. He knows.
He hasn't been this lucky since they redid his contract and brought him back from Miami for not 98, for 107. The $100 million man.
Terrence Williams a little shaken up after that foul. Maybe impacted those free throws.
Keep an eye on Terrence Williams right now. His eyes still bugging him. He asked to come out. He thought he was going to make that free throw so he could take a breather, but he missed it.
There's nothing worse.
Forced to play defense right now, kind of closing his eye a little bit.
Yeah, he's in a little bit of pain, guarding Tyler Coleman down low.
It's one of the only ways you can stop Terrence Williams offensively. You just got to poke him in the eye.
Coleman at the free throw line.
And he picks up
draws
a foul.
contact.
Ooh.
Coleman misses the first. the Gonzaga student section directly behind this side of the court.
Going back to Martin Luther King Jr. Day when these two teams played in the Hoop Hall Classic against two top 10 teams in the country and brought 2 W's home for the WCAC. We knew we'd see them again, and we knew it would be fantastic. Gonzaga's got to get back into this thing. Got to get something going offensively here without Williams in the game.
Chuck Harris back to Dinkins. Who's working against Page. They'll get him for an offensive foul.
I didn't see the push off. I'm going to call him for it, though. Maybe it was the shoulder, the dip in, and getting the advantage with the shoulder lean.
Paula Six in charge with just under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Keels to Roach. Roach in the lane, hangs.
Right now, he's on a different level.
Do whatever he wants.
Right now, he is feeling it athletically. He wants this WCAC title. It's one of the only accolades he has not achieved as a high school basketball player. And when you're a McDonald's Jordan brand guy who's just winning everything.
Chuck Harris floating in the lane. He can't get it to fall. Jeremy Roach, good defense for Dinkins to slow that down. Keels driving off the glass.
Wow. The Panthers are clicking on all cylinders on this end of the court.
They really are.
And there's no signs of them stopping up because the one thing you don't want to do is give Gonzaga any kind of hope, because the Purple Eagles behind Chuck Harris and threes like that.
Yes, sir.
They're very capable of getting back in this game with two quarters to go.
Big time stop score right there by Chuck Harris.
Tyler Coleman. He rolls down low. Keels down underneath. Doug McDaniels is going to get to the free throw line, float. They're going to call him for travel.
How do you do that when you're dribbling?
I'll tell you this, Keels has not gotten to the point where he's looking for a shot yet. He's facilitating out there. He's waiting for the game to come to him, it seems like, and spreading the love, playing for his teammates.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of dribble drive and kicking it out for people to shoot threes.
Exactly.
Eventually, he's going to have to start going strong in the hole.
He did 2 possessions ago, and I thought he would start getting after it, but nothing wrong with playing unselfish basketball out here at this time of year.
Especially when you're up.
Yes, sir.
Chuck
14.
Harris finds Dinkins in the corner. He drives, avoids contact, gets an important 2 with 7 seconds to go in the half. Ball's in Roach's hands. Dinkins was able to get rid of it, and I'm telling you what, he went into cover-up mode. 0.9 seconds to go. Arrows favoring the Purple Eagles. Enough time to get a shot off. Tyler Coleman. It's a tough one to get it around. Guys, we're going to halftime. We will have a guest join us, and he'll be here soon. Want to give a shout out to our friends and people who've stood by us for the last 2 years over at the Rock Creek Council. Appreciate you guys putting us on. Appreciate you guys watching some amazing basketball up there in Bethesda. I mean, what else can you say? It's a 12-point game. I'll be honest, it feels like it's a 40-point game. Gonzaga is absolutely still in this thing. They haven't been able to get their shots to fall. They haven't been successful getting the ball into the paint. Paula Six has been dominating in the paint, and their guards have pretty much been able to do whatever they want. But not because Gonzaga hasn't been able to play well. It's just game.
It is game right now, and I'm telling you, Jeremy Roach is playing this game in a different stratosphere. He is absolutely as ridiculously athletic as you can be at the point guard position, but his stop and start, his pace, his strength, I mean, he's doing it all. He's hitting floaters. He's getting the ball where it needs to be. He's playing great on defense with that left-handed redirect that I love by Doug McDaniel.
Well, Jeremy Roach is certainly showing right now why he's headed to Duke.
Oh, yeah.
A couple people that we're in touch with on text certainly weighing in on the fact that he seems to be on a different level than anybody else that's on the floor. And to say that about somebody on this floor is really saying something about someone.
Very true, and we've never paid too much attention to the stars that they put by these kids' names, but there's been 5 next to his for 3 years for a reason.
Yep.
You know, sometimes it's just the scope of things. Christian May does not want us to re-show that highlight. But how about that sophomore? Look at that kid. Dead-eye shooter coming off the bench.
Here it is. Here's his highlight.
And there it is. What a pretty rotation and release that is.
It's a great shot. He's got the size, he's got the length, he's got the shot.
There's your go to the hole and finish right there to Trevor Keel's tee. But we weren't giving him a hard time about that. We're just talking about how he's letting the game unfold. What a lot of hard work he's put in with our guy, Darren McClinton, to change his body from his sophomore year. You know, he was a 15-year-old conference Tri-Co player of the year last year.
Yeah, he was. I couldn't believe that. That's the thing that always stands out when we talk about the WCAC. We've been courtside here for the WCAC basketball. We've been on the 50-yard line watching football games. We've seen the lacrosse players, the athlete in the WCAC on both the boys and girls side. It's next level at every single place. There's nothing you can say about it. I mean, when we're sitting here and when the second half starts, there'll be a gentleman inbounding the ball right here in front of us, and he's likely to be a 16-year-old boy, 6'5", 6'6",
yeah.
220 pounds. It's not fair.
No, it's not fair. And going back to an hour before the first game of the day, we sat here and watched AZ Fudd's pregame shooting routine, and it was bizarre. She got up close to 1,000 shots. You know, I mean, it was just ridiculous. But meanwhile, we're talking about a 16-year-old young lady who's sitting there dancing in between reps, and her dad's rebounding there and they're goofing around. Her mom's saying, "I got your apples and peanut butter." You know, these are just kids. They really, and we need to remember that at all times. I know we do on this side over here, but I'm talking about everyone. The fact that they play sports at this level that says adult, you know, that's a fact. But they're just kids out here having a good time, playing the sport they love.
Well, the student sections, it's not halftime for them. They're staying active on both sides of the floor. Got a couple numbers here for us. Jeremy Roach, 14 points in the first half. Terrence Williams, 7 points in the first half. I'll tell you what, guys. We talk about – what's that, T? You got something for me?
Seeing if we can find a halftime guest here. He's in my sights.
Well, we got Jimmy Patsos. He's on his way over. He's going to sit down here in a second with us. But what I was going to say here is we talk about it all the time. It's coaching. There's a lot of teams of any sport around this great nation of ours that have really good players, and they're not getting it done the way these programs are. And it's not just because of the kids. It's because of the coaches. It's because of the athletic directors. It's because of the heads of schools. You know, the men and women who are caring about these kids in a way that, you know, it just doesn't happen all over the country. And you know what? Here we go. Let's just bring in our friend Jimmy Patsos, just hanging out here courtside at American University.
Is there any
JP.
place better to be in? This is the best place to be in the country right now.
Yes, sir.
Now, before we get started, we just want to make sure everyone understands where this guy got his start on the hardwood.
Carroll High School.
in
Carroll
the league.
Lions.
I mean, come on.
That's when I thought coaching was easy because it wasn't as much. I coached a summer league team. Carroll Holmes was the head coach. And I had Lawrence Moten and Charlie Harrison, who went to Wake Forest and Syracuse. I said, this coaching stuff's pretty easy. Jack Bruin told me at Catholic U, wait till next year. What a great first game. Hunter Dickinson really getting better.
Yeah, I mean, he's finally dominating basketball games. Like, I didn't see him do that a whole lot last year.
Yep.
I think maybe he was dinged up a little bit last year at this time too, but now he's totally taken over a game.
No, he looks really good. Timberlake's playing at a high level, and I like
Hawkins,
I think, who's
Yes.
24.
Both.
Yeah.
Jordan Hawkins.
Jordan
Both of
and
them.
Elijah.
But the one that came from Montgomery County.
Yeah.
From Gaithersburg High School.
Gaithersburg,
you know,
yeah.
They
And
got some athletes out there. That's where I'm from.
Is that where
and
you're
I've heard
from?
about this guy from a long time, and he looks so smooth, doesn't he?
Well, that's what's happening. They're changing schools. You know, they want a chance to get seen. And, hey, I got Strachan over there. Your brother was quite there. Did you go to St. John's High School?
My brother did.
Your brother did, too, before going to
Yeah,
St.
see, I was
Francis.
a lot smarter. I
Right.
went to DeMatha. So.
You went to your sport was a little different there. But your brother went to St. John's and played with
That's right.
Isolino.
Absolutely. Well, that was Pooh Bear. Yeah, Pooh Bear did. Yeah,
Pooh Bear
played with
did, right?
Isolino at St. Francis up there in Loretta, Pennsylvania.
But this is as good as it gets. But let me tell you this: that St. John's team in the future, they got some young guys.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Amani Hansberry, how does he look to you, Coach?
Fantastic. The freshman's
Yes, sir.
great. The sophomore's good. I mean, I like the guard Leggett that's going to Rhode Island. I'll
Yep.
really miss him, but
Absolutely.
what a great crowd.
You surprised about this one right here?
I was headed leading into this. Glenn Frillo, who I knew for a long time and worked camp with. Roach is good. I like Trevor Keels, too, the junior. He's got that wide body thing, but he's got a nice team. And Steve's the master of the WCAC. Always finds a way to win, but I don't know, down 15 might be a little too much.
Yeah, it's been tough. He's knocked this team off 4 straight years, Coach. He's had that magic, and I think Paul VI has sat there and said, it might be our turn. And with Jeremy Roach leading the charge, he's playing at a level athletically that we haven't seen.
I'm with a bunch of Under Armour guys. He couldn't come to Curry camp because he was hurt. We said the same thing. Reminds me of Jay Williams, how quick he gets to the basket. He's going to Duke.
Sure.
Hey, I saw Juwan Howard's here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. How happy is he right now?
Yeah, he's pretty happy because Hunter Dickinson looks like Bill Lambert, and Terrence Williams is like the best player in Gonzaga. They're coming in the 8th. I guess the Terps lost by a couple today, but they're playing well, and that's just a function of how great this area is. But to see this crowd today, what a crowd here. Really talented.
Wait till
AZ
tomorrow.
Fudd played for the girls earlier. I know they lost. McNamara beat them. And then tomorrow will be, I like Sunday because I get 2 games in,
Sure.
You coming back tomorrow night?
I think I might have to go to Baltimore. I've been on the Baltimore Catholic League. I might go to their practices. Then I got the Terps this week. I got the Wizards, too. And then Wednesday, I got American University. Saeed Nelson's 2 points away from breaking the scoring record from Boo Bowers, who played for Gary Williams.
I was going to say, how about Wednesday nights? You're over there at Tommy Joe's with Poho and them.
I like this guy, Poho.
You got Naki, you got Williams, you got Tapscott, and you. I mean,
I like Tommy Joe. A little upstairs, no Tommy
Who's
Cosgrove
paying that bar
like
bill?
the old days.
Well, I put some time in there with Tommy Cosgrove and Ricky Hahn standing right behind you, Coach. But I have to remind you of this. We're here in Tenleytown, Maryland. We noticed today it's named after a tavern owner named John Tenley. They called it Tenley's Town.
We're in the right
and I remember
spot.
not so long ago going down Wisconsin and M and understanding I was in Georgetown, but I referred to it as Jimmy's Town then.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about Pete Haley here.
Pete Haley, legend from St. John's, taught me everything I needed to know. Pete Haley, what a great football player.
Yes,
that's very telling about you, too.
Yep.
I liked Pete. Pete Haley said, you got to get in the Metro Conference. By the way, for the record, when I was a high school coach, Joe Gallagher's last game St. John's ever coached. And I used to work his camp.
I was on that team. I'm the youngest guy to play for him. I was a freshman. He kept me around for the next year. Dave Cox up at Rhode Island was the starter, and I learned from him that year. He kept me around. One of the coolest things I ever got to do.
And then Cox went to William and Mary.
Yes, sir.
Scotty Lamont, who shot the ball every time, went to friggin' Gettysburg, right?
My 2-guard coach at Catholic.
But,
you and I could do this for a while, my man.
No, we can do this. But I want to say you guys do a great job. If I was anybody who couldn't come today, I would come tomorrow night to see. And I heard the girls' game is going to be great. I think it's Paul VI versus McNamara as well.
I believe it.
Nationally ranked, both of them.
In the house.
Yeah, the Mustangs. Hey, look it. First game I ever coached, Keith Veeney was on the Mustang team. He had like 30. I'm like, this WCAC thing's real.
Talk about a guy who doesn't. Between him and Darren McClinton, if you passed to either one of those 2 guys, it wasn't coming back.
It wasn't coming back. I just saw Kevin McClinton too, but great crowd here. But I'm interested to see what Steve Turner, can do here. Now he's got some young kids that are good too.
Oh yeah.
Now Terrence Williams though, he's going to Michigan, and he's the one. He was going to go to Georgetown and change his recruiting, right?
That's true. 2,000-point score, Coach, in this league.
Think of that number, and Steve's got great kids that do really well. But I want to say thanks for having me. I'll be around. If you need anything, let me know. Strachan, say what's up to Pooh Bear.
I will, man.
And let's have a great. See, Gonzaga's got to come out this first couple minutes and make a stand.
Yeah, they do.
Thanks for your time,
thanks,
Coach.
Jimmy.
We appreciate it,
Love
man.
seeing
Awesome.
Tommy
Absolutely.
Joe's Poho.
Guy's full of energy, isn't he?
It's the best.
Thank you, bud. Let's make sure you hit the avenue first before you head up Wisconsin
That's
Avenue.
right.
We're not gonna mess around about that one. But yes, 2 great places without a doubt.
There they are on cue. Luke David and Victor Maddox, our friends at Automatic Sports, part of our First Amendment sports team. On cue, the Avenue, the official watch party location for the WCAC basketball tournament. Take the family, kid-friendly, great menu, great burger. You won't be disappointed.
No, sir. In fact, what time do they close? What do we got going on here?
Hey, keep it open. I know it's Sunday night.
Oh, I can hit it on the way home.
Hey, how about let's just make that call now. Pre-order that burger.
All right.
Extra cheese.
It's been written.
Thank
It's
you.
in stone.
Here you go. Okay, so just kind of coming back on what I said before. There's a freshman, Deshaun Harris-Smith, a 6'4" freshman standing in front of me. That's not fair.
Leading scorers, Jeremy Roach with 14, Terrence Williams with 7. No surprise there on either end.
Doug McDaniel gets a touch. Jeremy Roach gets a touch. Working against Judah Mintz. Second half underway. Paul VI up 12. Jeremy Roach waves off the pass from Trevor Keels. Terrence Williams wearing goggles in the second half
Interesting.
to protect that eye. Judah Mintz misses the
What a look. Jeremy
passing
Roach.
lane. Goodness.
He is an absolute handful right now. And how about just having some goggles lying around in case someone gets eye pokes?
That's what I was thinking.
That's a first-class program. Coach Turner wants a quick timeout. He doesn't like the way that started.
Gonzaga, as Jimmy said, Gonzaga's got to make a move early. They've got to find a way to not let Paul VI get comfortable, start taking those threes that extends the lead, where they feel more confident because they got all that, they got that cushion right now. Can't let it get away from you early here in the second half. That's why Steve Turner just took that timeout.
And these two guys, these two coaches, both good friends. They have coached with and against each other for a very long time, understanding each other's teams and their own. Some might say, why call that timeout? If Coach sees something out of sorts, he's going to get it right because this is a very crucial time in the game.
When Coach Turner calls a timeout, it's the right decision.
Yeah, E.F. Hutton style.
Yep. Chuck Harris setting it up, getting Terrence Williams a touch. Tyler Coleman working on him. Mintz down to Studi, working on Keels.
There you
That's
go.
what Gonzaga needs.
That's why you call the timeout. Get to the ball to your most physical guy. Let him do work.
Jeremy Roach everywhere. Deshaun Harris-Smith. Jeremy Roach gets to the baseline. Inside Tyler Coleman. Studi out to Mintz.
Wow.
Oh, what a move.
Gonzaga 4 points, making it a 10-point game. Deshaun Harris-Smith working against Terrence Williams. He'll move it out. Trevor Keels will reset. Trevor Keels gets into the lane. Deshaun Harris-Smith into the lane. Doug McDaniel floater. That's going to pretty much be
that's a tough shot, man.
That's a high percentage shot for him.
I know, but it's a tough. That floater.
And there
In
he
no
is
man's
getting in
land.
the passing lane. He's so impressive. There's just nothing he does that isn't fun to watch.
I think it's
on
safe
this
to
floor.
say First Amendment are big fans of Doug McDaniel.
We sure are.
And seeing what he did out here as a freshman last year and taking over when Jeremy Roach went down.
Keels on the floor. Tyler Coleman
Busy
gets it up
hands.
to Doug McDaniel.
Busy hands by Paul VI on defense right now.
Free throw line. Keels can't make it connect. Judah Mintz, tough rebound, makes contact with Tyler Coleman. See you, Katie and Eric. Appreciate you guys.
I'm telling you, 4 years from now, you can flip on the TV on any given night, big Monday, Saturday, game day. We're going to see a bunch of these guys. This
Most
is gonna be
of
a
them.
ton, without a doubt. So exciting. But we're right here, right now, and this is nuts. Interesting.
Off the ball, I think they got the freshman 13. And he'll check out.
That's his fourth.
He's in foul trouble.
Whew.
Page checks in. If you're a freshman in this tournament, use all your fouls. I think that's smart. Roach D'ing up Chuck Harris. Dinkins for three. Terrence Williams with a putback, but it won't count.
They get Terrence Williams on that?
Yep.
Wow.
Must be the goggles.
His third, team's first this half.
Wow.
Doug McDaniel's flying by.
Oh, boy.
I mean,
That's Jeremy Roach.
that was Roach.
That's
I
Jeremy
apologize.
Roach.
Of course it is.
I mean,
That's what Terrence has got to do. Yep.
Dinkins for three. Almost
oh,
gets the steal. Keels back the other way. Page in the corner. Inside quickly to Keels. And look at Roach. Oh! Roach
wow.
tries to throw it down. No foul. Judah Mintz back the other way. He's trying to drive. He's the elbow. Another floater. Dinkins for three again. There he is, the mayor from downtown. 6 quick points for Gonzaga.
Got it to within single digits. That's what Gonzaga needed. Dinkins being the spark from the corner.
2 huge shots by number 0.
Huge.
Gonzaga student section comes to life on that. McDaniel driving inside to Coleman.
He lost it on the way up.
He did.
Lost the handle.
What a play by Doug.
Yep. God. Crazy.
It doesn't stop, right?
It doesn't stop. Diggins to Studi. Studi thought about it inside of Terrence Williams.
Nice.
Must be the goggles. Timeout for Glenn Farello as he wants to regroup. We have a 6-point ball game, fellas.
Because they just had an 8-point swing right there in 3 trips down the court. They being Gonzaga did a great job of clawing right back into this game. 2 big threes by Dinkins and then that reverse.
Oh, jeez. That is unbelievable. Here's Terrence Williams on the drive and the kick. Dinkins 2 of these in a row.
No one in the gym didn't think Gonzaga was going to get back into this. But how quickly they did it from the 6-minute mark now to 3:52.
They were just down 14 points, no less than, I'd say maybe 50 seconds ago.
What a play.
To a minute.
Great sequence of events for Purple Eagle Nation. Exactly what they were looking for.
Glenn Farello just, he saw what Gonzaga was doing. He said, I got to give these guys a break. We got to regroup a little bit. We're losing focus, losing control of the game. They've been in complete control pretty much the entire game, and it's starting to slip a little bit here.
Well, you're not worried about the good looks they're getting on the offensive end that haven't gone in, the slip ball, the open shots. You're worried about giving up buckets back to back to back on the defensive end. Terrence Williams coming into a jump stop and finding the wide open Devin Dinkins to keep the thing rolling. They got to get set and settled on the defensive end.
Page inbounds to Roach. We're back underway with under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. 6-point ball game. Crowd definitely back into it. It was slipping away there, guys. Not anymore. Keels gets to the elbow, floats, fixes the netting with a perfect shot.
Yeah, that's how you fix it.
Yep. Chuck Harris is Studi. He's going to work on Keels. Williams just powering his way down low. Studi for 3. Tell you what, guys. Coach Steve Turner did something at halftime and in these timeouts. Doug McDaniel for 3. Outlet pass down deep to Judah Mintz.
What'd they call?
Charge.
They're going to get, they're going to get.
Oh, they gave a charge.
The charge on Judah. And you know what? I thought it was the right thing for him to do to attack. We saw him make the extra pass. It's not that he won't do it. That was the right thing to do. He just didn't get the call.
Yeah, that's a different floater when you're up there for about 3 seconds of hang time.
Studi denying Keels the ball. Mintz on Roach.
A little out of sorts on offense.
5
here.
on the shot. Roach rises up and hits.
But when you got a superstar wearing number 1 heading to Duke. It was the first time the spacing was off.
Chuck Harris wide open inside. Doug McDaniels recovers to intercept. He's attacking the basket. Not going to attack Terrence Williams.
Terrence Williams, the veteran, seems to be unfazed by having to put the goggles on. You know, that would drive me nuts if you're not used to it. I feel like I've seen him in those before at some point. Is that
me
possible?
too. No, I've definitely seen him.
That would explain why he has them.
I think he wore them last year also.
Yeah, I think so.
McDaniels and Keels. Another good law firm. McDaniel and Keels, I should say. Just a little bit of a sloppy pass there. McDaniel underneath, tries to kick.
Great anticipation by Dinkins.
Yep.
He sniffed that out.
Thought that was coming to me, guys. Chuck Harris in the lane. Kick to Judah Mintz. They're going to get Trevor Keels, and I believe Judah Mintz will go to the line for 3, and that's what I'm seeing,
Yes,
and that's
sir.
what I'm hearing.
That was a late whistle, too. It had to be on the come down, coming down from after releasing the ball. It probably didn't give enough space.
The
Said he
You're right,
was
T.
up in his rib
Yeah,
cage.
he signaled there was contact with the ribs. He gave him a little love tap on the way by.
Got to make shots when the clock's not moving.
I mean, watch the mechanics of this free throw. It's just pretty special.
Different level of ball.
Amazing. It felt like it was just 14 points over about a minute and a half ago. Now they're about to cut it to 4.
Christian May, Page checking back in for the Panthers. Vince makes all 3. We got a 4-point game. 1:51 to go in the third quarter. Keels finds McDaniel, and he wants the ball as he works on Malcolm Dredd.
Yeah. He tried to sell it.
Malcolm Dredd knew he was going to try and do that long before that play happened.
Coach Turner
Good try.
applauds the
Good
effort.
try. Yes, it was.
Both teams, 3 fouls, second half. Jeremy Roach, 9 for 11, 18 points on the night. A combined altitude of 48 feet. And his floating through the air. Yeah, Dutch, where's that stat?
Hang time.
Hang time. Roach at the free throw line, kicked it to Christian May. It's a good looking shot, and he doesn't get the shooter's roll. He gets a lot of points for prettiness of shot, though.
Gonzaga's fought right back into it.
They sure have. Williams on the high screen, he's rolling down. He got Christian May and Williams underneath. Look at this Chuck Harris drive. Terrence Williams clearing out the space by drawing attention away.
Look at this pressure.
Diggins and McDaniel battling right in front of us, guys. And you can hear the oomphs and there's the floater from McDaniel. Great rebound,
effort.
great save. Keels for 3. Long rebound. And they'll get Jeremy Roach. As Malcolm Dredd had great position. Gonzaga's going to have a chance to tie or take the lead with 37.2 seconds to go in the third quarter.
It's great effort by Dinkins on the defensive end. Chuck Harris is a bulldog. He doesn't stop going at you.
And we talked about it earlier. When he said maybe he was a little bit playing on tilt. He missed a shot and he committed a foul. But one thing that he's done is he's injected energy into his team because he's played that way all day long.
Yes. All career long.
All career long. Terrence Williams down low to Chuck Harris.
Battling
And there's
inside.
your tie game with 14 seconds to go in the third quarter. Jeremy Roach bringing it up. Hasn't seen his Panthers tied since it was 0-0. 5 to go. 4, 3, 2. Jeremy Roach rises up. Buckets. Fourth quarter will begin with the Panthers in the lead. Okay, so guys, real fast. If this Jeremy Roach guy pretty much can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants. I expect to see a whole lot of it in the fourth quarter.
And Chuck Harris is coming right back at him with everything he's got. What a great comeback. Coach Turner got his guys ready in this third quarter to play. What a great job at halftime.
Chuck Harris really not the guy that has historically been your go-to offensive threat, but he is asserting himself, he asserted himself here at the end of the third quarter.
Leading scorer for Paul VI, Jeremy Roach with 20 heading into the fourth quarter. A big, huge shot right there to end the third. Here we go. Capital Area Homes Marie Williams and Capital Area Homes, Keller Williams are so proud to be a sponsor of the best high school basketball tournament in the country. Just like the WCAC, they are one of the best teams locally and in the nation, consistently ranked in the top 1%, and they're here to help you win. Taking care of clients as one of the top Keller Williams brokerages in the world, let Keller Williams assist you with all your real estate needs. Marie Williams, thank you for your support and sponsorship.
Thanks, Coach.
I refer to Coach Marie as the queen of WCAC Girls Hoops in her 7-year career, 4-time WCAC champions, 4-time WCAC Coach of the Year, 3-time DC title winner, and a DC Sports Athletic Association Hall of Famer. Thanks for your support, Marie.
And the Gonzaga student section, as you can see behind me, it must be a little cold in here from what I'm seeing. Chuck Harris to Malcolm Dredd. Gonzaga down by 2 to get things started. He's driving on Keels. He gets to the baseline. 14 on the shot clock.
I'd like to see the ball in Terrence Williams' hands here shortly.
Nice little floater. Unable to get it to go. Malcolm Dredd throws it to Doug McDaniel, who draws a contact from Devin Dinkins.
The ball just comes to Doug on defense, and he usually winds up with it.
And as a reminder, when I say the judges in the house, I don't mean Kavanaugh, I mean Pat. Appreciate you, buddy.
Against Sierra Canyon, Doug McDaniels and Jeremy Roach combined for 15 steals.
It's crazy.
Yes, it is. That was the day that LeBron came to the game and the WCAC said, you know, we've done this. We're going to take this W and head on back to Fairfax and get out about our league business. Bad turnover there, fellas.
Keels to Page. Page couldn't handle it. Just ever so gently touched that out of bounds line. Dinkins on the way back for Gonzaga. Dredd's putting in some real good minutes here for Coach Turner, guys, in the second half. Terrence Williams gets the ball down low. Tyler Coleman from behind. He'll send T-Will to the line.
When he gets the ball that deep, it's over. There's nothing he can do.
He's a class act. I don't know if I like the sound of that.
I'm pretty certain that everyone over the age of 35 feels the same. Haven't heard the old Four Eyes chant in a while.
It's been a while. It's been a while. 1 point game. Williams looks to tie. Long rebound. And it's Roach to Keels. To Doug McDaniel, blocked by Chuck Harris.
What a defensive play by Chuck Harris.
Jeremy Roach cleans it up. He just cleans it up. He's in the neighborhood. You know what's about to happen. 3-point lead for the Panthers.
I mean, my favorite player in the court changes every possession. It's ridiculous.
Dinkins gets his high screen from Terrence Williams.
He's going to take him off the dribble.
Who now has Page. Corner for Chuck Harris, drives baseline. Terrence Williams for 3.
Great find.
That was his first one of the night.
Well, that
great
maneuver
ball
worked
movement,
for,
perfect shot.
That maneuver worked for DeMatha a couple times on that end.
Just off. Yeah, he got so much hand checking.
McDaniel draws the foul from Malcolm Dredd. Each team with 5 team fouls. A little bit of a cleaner sheet here for Paul VI in the second half. The freshman, Deshaun Harris-Smith, checking back into the game. He's wearing 4 fouls.
Gonzaga's prepared themselves for this situation. Coach Turner specifically scheduled more nationally ranked teams than any other team in the nation. Their schedule is absolutely packed with ridiculous talent.
Roach to the freshman, gets it to McDaniel. 3 on the shot clock. McDaniel floats.
To give you an idea of this, the 4 top teams remaining before today started the WCAC, all 4 semifinal teams combined for 26 losses, 16 in the WCAC, 10 against nationally ranked programs.
Oh,
Wow.
miscommunication,
Yeah.
Mintz and Williams. They want that one back. Keel's taking a breath as he crosses the timeline. Harris on him. Roach from the elbow. Put back by Tyler Coleman. Judah Mintz loses the handle.
Gonzaga maybe
As
trying to play a
does
little too fast right now.
McDaniel. Cross court to Mintz.
Great shot fake. What a move.
Oh, just out of the reach of Terrence Williams. His Keels is going the other way. They got the numbers back to Keels.
I'll tell you one thing.
A hard foul.
Chuck Harris, that's so smart.
Yep. He'll feel that one tomorrow.
I mean, a great recovery by Chuck Harris, going up and making sure not only did the basket not get scored, but it wasn't an N1 situation. A very physical foul, but he got all ball before the foul.
Before the foul.
Yes, yes.
He'll walk it off. He's feeling the effects of that hard foul in his first free throw. Dredd in for Williams. He'll get a blow. I'll tell you what, Terrence Williams is working his butt off. Keels sinks the second. Back up to a 6-point lead here for the Panthers. Chuck Harris into the lane, loses it.
Yeah, Gonzaga's having a hard time holding on to that ball. Again, I think they're playing a little too fast. Playing a little hurried. They're making some silly physical mistakes right now.
Yeah, they went for a little ISO situation. Studi slipped the screen right there and had position. Chuck Harris attacked. Didn't seem like they were on the same page for that possession.
Roach gets the switch to Studi. Cross court to McDaniel. Deep three for the sophomore. Is there anything he can't do?
How many plays is he planning on making today?
Back to 9.
Dinkins off the glass.
That's sweet.
And a quick timeout for Coach Turner. I'll tell you, McDaniel really put the jump in that jump shot. He went straight up and it went straight down.
You know, he's not a second fiddle or third fiddle guy, but he can play that way because when his number's called, he always steps up to the plate. He had 4 consecutive possessions against DeMatha in their victory that he scored 11 points on, leading them to victory. That's the guy you want in his hands with 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
I mean, you spend all your time worrying about Jeremy Roach, and whenever time you got left on Trevor Keels, that is on first Amendment sports
Does anyone have sunglasses?
You can tell it's the dead of winter.
It's the dead of winter.
My eyes are burning.
They'll be ready for lacrosse season, I'm sure. But you just spend all your time on Keels and Roach, and you do everything you can to stop them. And then you have a guy like Doug McDaniel who's every bit as good in these games.
Writing down spray tan sponsorship opportunity.
There's a huge opportunity for a spray tan sponsor. A tanning bed. The coolest thing, I mean, this is, get your popcorn moments all day long on the hardwood, and yet when the fourth quarter started and these young men de-shirted, every single cell phone in the entire place was focused on over there. And I'm thinking, you're going to delete those pictures. I know you're all deleting. There's no way these pictures are getting saved.
No, and I noticed T and I's cell phone's face down right here, so I'd like to remove myself from that portion of every cell phone.
Every cell phone but 3.
Thank you. Here we go. This is going to be
Dutch Hahn still shirted. He's on the clock, though, so.
Less than 4 minutes to go, but I don't want this to end. This has been a pleasure.
Roach and McDaniel up top. They're looking for each other. Keels cuts. 7 on the shot clock. They're a long way from home. Keels drives, raises up, off the front of the rim. Williams with a hard rebound. Is there anything that happens that he does that doesn't get him contact?
Agreed. What an outstanding defensive possession by Gonzaga there. That was top-notch defense.
Dinkins cross up. That play.
Wow.
That's a moment for Dinkins and this Gonzaga team. Cut the lead to 5. On the
Judah
shot.
Mintz anticipating.
Tyler Coleman, they give him a lot of room. He sinks an open elbow shot.
What a luxury to have Tyler Coleman knock one down from the elbow extended.
Dredd working on the freshman. Roach ties him up. Possession arrow goes to Paul the 6th. You can see they're trying to set up that corner 3. Just had a couple extra guys over there.
Uh-oh.
Doug McDaniel in the air to Deshaun Harris-Smith. Paul the 6th working some clock now. They don't normally play this slow. Roach with the ball, 5 seconds on the clock. Keel for 3. Dagger.
Yeah, that hurt. That hurt Gonzaga.
He's a marksman, and we talked about his heart rate settles down as the game gets deeper.
Dinkins on the drive, off the glass. He's shown up tonight, guys.
How about his
he's
game?
Been so good.
How
He's
about
been so
his game?
good tonight.
Great answer by the sophomore guard.
I mean,
He has been fun to watch grow into that role. That's his 14th point of the night. At this rate, you can just extrapolate how good he's going to be as a junior and a senior.
Yep. I mean, that's a 16-year-old kid.
Yeah, that's a big-time shot by Keels right there.
And then watching Devin
I keep
Dinkins.
forgetting he's only a junior.
Yeah, all those people that put out those rankings, they's wrong. They was wrong.
And if you want to watch some guard play, I hope you're tuned in, because there's 8 of them out here, if not 10 at the next level, just doing their thing. Mano a mano, no one's afraid of the moment. Devin Dinkins certainly isn't. Chuck Harris hasn't been. We just saw Trevor Keels.
Keels deep to Jeremy Roach.
Making sure of it. Usually he cuffs that thing from below the waist and thunder dunks it.
He came up a little late.
I was getting ready for it. I was readying my thunder dunk call, Kevin, but he took the 2. 10-point game. Chuck Harris to Dinkins. Dinkins working on Roach. Off the glass.
Just stop it.
That's 3 drives that he's had kissed off the backboard.
And he did that one on Jeremy Roach. Again, Coach Turner, what an amazing job working with this guard.
Oh, boy.
That's a luxury. He just and mixtaped his way to 10 seconds of shot clock workage.
Is that a timeout or a foul? 1-1.
It's 1-1 time. Paul the 6th at the line. Trevor Keels, I believe.
I think Coach Turner's going to like that call. You play defense the whole possession. You get that little ticky-tack call with 7 seconds left. Not what they were hoping for.
Williams to Dinkins. He's
It's
pushing.
heat check. Yeah, he's going at the hole.
Tyler Coleman will deny the and one. Diggins will go to the line for 2. He's put the Gonzaga team on his back in the second half.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's 4 consecutive possessions.
Well, how many of you guys have played on the team and you're watching your brother like Terrence Williams get beat up and you're having a hard time getting a guy like that off? Someone's got to step up. Devin Diggins, along with some others, but Devin Diggins especially, has said, hey, listen, I got you.
And in spectacular fashion, using the glass with an array of floaters from different angles, showing his ability to finish at the rim, not just a three-point shooter. He's got 4 fouls, so we're going to have a offensive defensive substitution situation. Yeah, you got to start fouling now. Paul VI is such a tough group to press and to foul. They got so many great shooters and guys that can break the press single-handedly. Gonzaga Nation's got to hope for a couple front-end misses here. It's too late to trade buckets.
Once again, Trevor Keels fixing the net with the swish.
All these guys have form that looks like it's on a trophy. You know what I mean? It's just perfect.
Lead at 9. Page will make Diggins pick it up. Chuck Harris over to Judah Mintz. Deep 3. Look how hard Terrence Williams is working down underneath there.
Is that Trevor Keels? Oh, he went to the rim with reckless abandon to come up with that rebound.
We're inching our way closer to Paul VI repeating a feat that St. John's did last year, sending both the boys and the girls squads to WCAC final night. We're not there yet.
Coach Farello letting the Paul VI student section notes, time to pipe it down here. We got Doug on the line.
I will tell you this about the student section of Paul VI. They have practice. They take it seriously.
And they took the thinnest spot on the court. Very interesting to me.
I know they did it on purpose because they're smart kids, but I don't understand it. Terrence Williams down low and
there
one.
He is.
The reward for the Wolverine-bound senior. And let me be the millionth person to say how much fun it's been to watch Terrence Williams play basketball on a night-in, night-out basis. First class, does everything you ask on and off the floor.
He's on a very short list of most decorated basketball players in WCAC history. A 4-year starter, 3-time first team all WCAC, Conference Player of the Year, in the mix for Conference Player of the Year every season, 2-time champion. I mean, what else could he possibly do?
He'll always be Gonzaga's, but from here on out, he's ours. He's WCAC through and through. We're going to be watching him for a long time. Doug McDaniel. He'll draw the foul from Terrence Williams.
So it looks like the 2 nationally ranked girls programs are going to square off, and the 2 nationally ranked boys programs are going to square off.
As
got a
it
lot
was
of
meant
national
to be in
ranking.
the beginning.
Yeah.
Sure is. But you can't call it chalk. I know people are like, oh, it's chalk. Guess what? It ain't. We just saw 4 amazing games between 8 amazing teams.
And so many unbelievable individual performances.
Yep. Doug McDaniel. We're going to work on that free throw. Just kidding.
If you're out there and you need some guards, come around Bender Arena.
Number 11. .36 seconds to go. Doug with 12. Jeremy Roach, 24 points. Trevor Keels, 16. Tyler Coleman with 9. On the Gonzaga side, Terrence Williams, 13 points, 8 rebounds. Devin Dinkins, 18 huge, impressive, spectacular points. Chuck Harris with 13 of his own, courtesy of the Han and Han Stats Company.
This game belonged to Jeremy Roach, in my mind.
Yep.
His impact on this game was greater than anyone else's. He was lightning in a bottle. He finished at the rim. Floaters, finishes, steals. He dictated the pace.
He's the kind of player where at the end of the game when PVI got the win and someone could say, well, you know, the other team could have done this or that as Dinkins goes for a deep three. But Jeremy Roach, there's always more in that tank.
Yeah.
You know, he there was things he didn't do tonight that he could have easily done, and he didn't have to because you got Doug and you got Trevor.
Yep. Just so explosive.
Yep.
It was, I mean, he took it over. He took the game over. He was indefensible.
Page at the line for PVI. The lefty. Chuck for three. Rebound by Keels.
No, he's
Studi
rushed
wanted
this game to be over.
Studi wanted the foul early. I think he committed it.
The refs just want this.
Can you decommit from
Just
the
want
foul?
the clock to go down. Can you decline the foul?
He committed, then he decommitted. Can
Yeah.
Can you reclassify?
He shook it off like a pitcher and a catcher.
Keels with the first.
Insert Astros joke.
Nats winners today, by the way, over the Astros.
Keels with two, 14.3 to go. Maurice Hammond, the senior guard, checking into the game for Glenn Farello and his teammates. Loving it. He had just a couple of things.
Oh, he had a bead in his hair.
He had a bead in his hair. Got to take it out.
Can't have a bead in your hair.
Terrence Williams off the glass. The last 2 points of an amazing career in the WCAC, I should say. He's got more basketball left. McDaniel to the line with 1.8.
What a day, what a day. The kids never let us down, never will.
How about 135 total points? The semifinal, high school basketball game. Pretty good.
Oh, the highlight reel that's going to be cut from this. It's going to be something else.
Adding to his total. Coach Farello empties his bench.
It's going to be quite a caravan heading from Northern Virginia into D.C. tomorrow night. Paul VI Nation will be in full effect, along with McNamara and DeMatha coming from PG. No comment on that one, guys? All right, I mean,
Good if it goes.
get in there.
There you have it, guys. Semifinal day is complete. The matchups are set. We got two great ones tomorrow night to bring you. 6 p.m. Bishop McNamara PVI girls final. 8 p.m. Paul VI and DeMatha battling out for the boys final. We can't wait to bring that to you tomorrow night. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, he's Tim Strachan.
Appreciate it. That was some great basketball today. We got even more better basketball tomorrow night. Come on and join us.
He's Kevin Ricca.
Thank all of you for listening and participating. You're a huge part of what we do, and we appreciate you all. Till tomorrow night, be a good sport.
I just want to say again, thank you to all these schools. Thank you to all these coaches. Thank you to all these players. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. That's it for today.